we're doing with the work?
Last name first name, the last name, and then your first name.
Do we need a few more minutes on it? Alrighty, who can tell me what organs are made up of?
Tissues,
Tissues. Alright, who can tell me what tissues are made up of?
cells,
Cells. Correct. Now we've been talking about humans, but what are some other organisms here on Earth other than animals? What?
plants,
Plants, alright. Anything else? You guys have any ideas?
bugs,
Bugs, yeah, bugs are good. Plants, fungi, protists, and bacteria, definitely. Now, are these living things unicellular or multicellular?
some are unicellular and some are multicellular.
Yes, correct. Good answer. What are we? Alrighty, and what is bacteria? Unicellular, correct. We're multicellular, and we have cells, tissues, and organs to function all of our systems. So how do you think protists and bacteria get all their systems to function and they're only one cell, they're unicellular? How do you guys think?
Organelles.
Now, these are plants, and now plants have two systems, a shoot system and a root system. And a shoot system absorbs light and converts it to food and with structures and reproduction. And that is what we see when we look at plants, right? And the root system absorbs nutrients and water to help the plant grow, and that is right here what we can't see unless we pull the plant out. And so, on your guys' little, do you guys have this slide pulled up? Okay, and now I want you guys to drag your little itty bitty red dot and tell me what you think the circulatory system is on this plant. Do you guys have it up there? Alrighty, as soon as these buttons, little dots stop moving, I'll let you guys know. Alrighty, and you guys are absolutely correct. It is all within this system. Can somebody tell me why? Why it goes from the root all the way up to the tip?
Cells and organs.
Not why or how it's moved all over there, but why do you think that all the way from the bottom, as if it were our lungs, needs to get all the way up to the top, as if it were our legs? So why do we need blood and oxygen to move from our hearts, our lungs, all the way down to our legs and our hands? What would happen if we didn't have our blood or oxygen? Yes?
We wouldn't move them, we would probably die.
Yeah, of course. And so it would cut off circulation to our limbs and then they would eventually fall off, right? So that's exactly why a plant would need it to go all the way up to the root to the tip. And now take off your little itty bitty buttons, and can anybody tell me what the integumentary system is on this plant? Where do you guys think it is? Give me a thumbs up when you guys have your button in a good place. Alrighty, and so can somebody tell me what they think it is on the plant? Without the little buttons showing your answer, I want a verbal answer. Anybody? No? Alright, so what is it on humans?
Our heart and our mind.
Try again. Anybody else? What could you think is similar about a plant to a human? So it definitely wouldn't be the heart because plants don't have hearts. So what do you think could be similar? Because the tegumentary system on a human is our skin. So where do you think it is? Yes?
Leaves.
Yeah, leaves already. Now, There's some other parts to it. So it is the whole outside parts of the plant. So basically the skin of the plant. And so it protects the outside world from jeopardizing all their functions on the inside. Alrighty, and now who can tell me on the plants where the reproductive organs or reproductive system on the plant is?
In the leaves.
In the leaves? You think they're in the leaves? Good answer. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah.
In the root.
In the roots? Okay. Now give me a thumbs up whenever you have your button or your little red dot. Alrighty. Now, somebody give me one more guess. We have the leaves, we have the roots. Now, what's the one thing on this image that we didn't mention?
The flowers.
Yes, the flowers. The flowers is the reproductive because how are plants colonized?
Bees.
Bees. All right. So where do bees go when they are on a plant, a flowering plant?
Flower.
Yes, the flower. And so what do you think, if they're pollinized by the flower, what do you think on the flower is the reproductive part? Do you think it's the petals? Do you think it's where all the little beautiful yellow thing is in the center? Or where do you guys think it is?
I think it's in the middle.
Yes, yes, yes it is. Alrighty, so there's plants. Okay, now that we've gone through humans, protists, bacteria, plants, and fungi, what do you guys think the most important system in all living organisms on Earth? You guys can take a second, you don't have to respond. Out of these 11, which one of these do we think is the most important? Give me a thumbs up when you think you got your answer. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys individually which one.
The nervous system and the respiratory system.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Weird system.
What do you? You're not sure? It's okay, no worries. The skin one that I can't say? Okay, alrighty. Now why, okay, so I heard nervous system, I heard a few others that weren't mentioned in our other examples of life on Earth, right? And so plants don't have nerves, bacteria don't have nerves, so maybe not that one. Reproductive would definitely be a key one because without reproductive parts, they wouldn't be able to produce and have offspring and have more little mushrooms or flowering plants. You said the skin one, and I would agree with that one too because it protects us from the outside. But I would have to say that the circulatory one would be definitely the most important system within living organisms because how do they get their nutrients everywhere, right? Because without nutrients to flow from our heart and lungs down to our feet, we wouldn't have any feet. Or out to our hands, we wouldn't have any hands. And so I want you guys to go back to your lab stations and you guys can stay where you're at. And I want you to work on this system functions worksheet. You guys are gonna match the page with the word and then fill in the blank on these, okay? So I'll give you guys about 5-10 minutes to work on it and then we'll go through it together. Oh. Okay, for the nervous system, detect sensation and blank most functions. What is the nervous system? Brain, spinal cord, and nerves. So what, on page 137, word fits right there?
Body's, respiration. I can see that.
It's okay, respiration?
Yeah.
Detects sensation and blank most functions. So what about the nervous system? Oh, I was about to say the word. Yes?
Controls it.
Yes, controls it. No. Alright, now draw your little nervous system human. Okay, now for respiratory, exchanges oxygen and carbon dioxide between blank and blank. And that's on page 136.
Between cells.
Between cells and, so lungs and now for muscular, allows body blank and maintains posture. On page 136, what do we think it is? What do we think a blank is? Yep.
Is it allows body to move?
Movement, yes. Those are much better words. Now, the endocrine system plays a part in the regulation of blank, reproduction, and other functions. Yes? No. No. Yes? Development? Yes, development.
The reproductive system is responsible for producing
Oh god.
sperm and
That's
eggs.
what I said.
Hey, really? Okay, is this difference right now? I still didn't even draw it. Breaks down the cell consistency.
Yeah, because without the second slot, where
And the penis and nutrients and cell make a new cell. What? But it takes a whole organism system.
Make sure you get their legs in there. The system
No, not
has it in
this.
their legs.
Testicles. The penis and the
That's the respiratory. This is the secretary.
I know.
For that, right there, see?
Oh yeah.
So you need to get your legs in there. Cool. That's something good. Yeah. I like your miniature bodies.
The penis and
Do you think that you're going to be able to look at just the bodies and know what sits in there? You don't think so? Maybe.
I got an idea.
You got an idea? What if you use their colors too? To match them similarly. Like for the muscles, you can use red color pencil. Right? Like outline all that you do with red. Then that can help. And then the circulatory, you can use red and blue. Just to stimulate the red veins. You definitely use pink for maybe or the heart. Oh, I'm going outside and some of these colors and that'll help too. And then if there's like a gray color pencil or something similar, like a dark color, you can use that for the skeleton. I mean, that one looks pretty good. Food breaks down food into food. Breaks down food.
I'm throwing the penis.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and then you're gonna outline. That's pretty smart. I like that idea.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about my digestive.
this is the easiest one.
So I'm gonna tell you
Excuse me, your first.
this and tell me what word.
Just draw a head, a chest, and then like this. Make it have hands.
Now, produces
It looks like some sort of
Well,
Down from the picture, right?
except it didn't
It turned out this is watching a bit wrong.
It says in fight and fail. Thank you for fighting. I forgot your name.
Threats, infections, and attacks and beings of viruses. So, target all types of different plants.
I think this is my best.
They can come in handy if I have a sharp pencil.
Oh,
What do you think fits her?
I mean,
Oh, what do you think?
Sure, extra credit for coloring.
Ew, sick. I'm not okay. I'm not feeling. Pick a. I'm usually type of person that's like stuff just like that's it. I need like some. Like in another.
Because whenever it comes back to or a virus, what is it?
It looks like
So we're now once you put that in,
I'll collect papers at the very end of class and books, but if you're done, just move on to your online research, okay?
iPad teaching you things, teaching me some stuff.
Here's my iPad for Procreate. Here's like I have to give it back.
Does it regularly in the body? Or what about the body?
That's a
You're talking about solid and what is temperature? Temperature, there you go. Regular and gas.
Yeah, you're still teaching me stuff. Yeah, she taught me how to do like
that's what she was doing on
It'll be 5 points after credit.
Stop messing with my people, John.
There we go. I'm coloring all the body sides and so I'm feeling.
Miss, I'm gonna put pass on that.
That's good one.
I'm gonna put pass on all of them.
Alright, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna put pass on that one.
But I would say, if you put pants on them, is it gonna help? Because it gonna confuse you when you have to look back and study.
Oh yeah, now.
It's a good idea, but not for studying purposes.
I'll need to learn from my one
Color, you want to turn it in?
I'll take it in for my study.
Okay.
Regulates swelling and prevents water loss.
Can I calculate cells?
And if you go to your book stack. Thank you.
There you go.